But we need to find out who is at Gunstock. Right now, Tammy is with us, she just sent me a text. Yeah, they're on chat, but we need to ask them to unmute themselves so we know who is at Gunstock.
Greetings, fellow commissioners. I'm here alongside Commissioner Lambert for your information.
All right. And I don't know which room you're in, Gunstock, so.
Are you asking me which room I'm in?
Yeah, I just can't tell.
We're in the Stone Cellar because there is a memorial service scheduled to take place upstairs today.
Great. So we can all be at 4 a.m. That would be helpful. And begin with a pledge of allegiance. And you, Commissioner Wood, can lead us in that. I would appreciate it.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So with that, just an administrative reminder that under RSA 91A2, Roman 3, subparagraph B, there is an ability to hold an emergency meeting of the body without the quorum physically present. If it's not reasonably practical within a period of time requiring action, I am invoking that provision right now. It's been discussed with Joe Foster, who's the former Attorney General, on the line with us, and this notice should be included in the minutes.
Procedurally, I would like you to consult with Attorney Joe Foster concerning the fact that we never adjourned the previous meeting. You abruptly departed from that meeting and we were forced to call a recess.
Commissioner Wood, I discussed this thought with Attorney General Foster yesterday and also with Commissioner Lambert, and I had the same consideration, and he did not feel that recess notion was appropriate, and that in fact we should simply begin a new meeting and then move into non-public.
So, Chairman Ness, that would be is that our attorney? Because I attempted to contact him for an issue relevant to stuff going on here at the mountain, and apparently I must have had the wrong email because he never got back to me, which is unfortunate because it would be nice if the entire commission could have the benefit of perhaps the attorney's advice. And where you say that we discussed this, I'm not sure if it was a discussion as people might define such a discussion, but I think that we've got to get through this very important point as to the disposition of the last meeting. I don't want to leave us open to down the road having just issue after issue after issue, since that has been my life for the last 8 days. And I would like to see us respectfully and, just put it to an end. I don't understand the difference between a resumed meeting and a new meeting.
Well, just to give Attorney General Foster the ability to comment, we voted, not discussed, we voted to engage him for 91A issues at the Wednesday, July 20th meeting.
Thank you. Can Attorney Joe Foster speak to his authorization that we should continue the recessed meeting virtually? Can he please confirm for those in attendance now that under the law and under the circumstances where we had recessed the meeting, that we are able to procedurally and legally continue this meeting under these circumstances, meaning via Zoom?
So I'm not sure I'm following your question. So you think that the last meeting was recessed, and you just want to reopen that meeting? Is that what you're asking?
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't think that I do not think that it was.
No, I'm here. I think it's because Doug and you are, I think you're in the same room, so you're picking up one another's speakers, so we're getting feedback. Maybe one of you speak, the other one should be on mute. That's okay. Thank you.
Here, let's take away.
Here we go. Doug, why don't you try using your microphone if that's possible?
Right, so Commissioner Wood and I just
Wanted to
spread out here at the table, and let me just make a comment here that this is just beyond difficult. It's no, in my opinion, it's no way to conduct gun stock business, but that's just my opinion. I do want to hear the attorney's opinion as to why we are not just simply resuming the meeting. I'm not understanding what the issue would be with that. And I'm anxious to hear what he has to say.
Well, one thing is you don't have to warn the discussion. So we continue the meeting. Have an emergency meeting. Important business.
Jane and Doug, you have to stay muted, no matter how far apart you are in the room, you are going to get feedback and we have to immediately stop.
I think Attorney Ness, Commissioner Ness isn't there, and I don't know who else is on call. Is Commissioner Strang on remote too, I believe?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
That was my concern, that you don't have people physically present. Continuing the last meeting, that was a meeting that was not noticed as emergent, and also people were present to that.
With that being said, can I suggest that we get on with the business of this meeting? We only have Attorney General Foster and Attorney Callahan for a limited amount of time. We are now 11 minutes into this meeting, arguing over whether we can continue the old meeting or start a new meeting. It's been declared we cannot continue the old meeting, so can I ask that we please get on with the business of the commission and get this matter reopened?
we can get on with the business of the meeting. It's just that we are getting on with the business of the meeting that was previously recessed. I wanted to make that clear, and also that if we do vote to move to non-public, we have to do so and as a continuation of the previous meeting. I'm surprised that Attorney Joe Foster doesn't have an answer for the circumstance. All I'm asking is that under the circumstances of the previous meeting, of which he should be familiar by now, we are continuing a recessed meeting, and is it possible to do so remotely? That is a simple question.
And I would also like to add that we have already been asked by a member of the audience some 91A questions, okay? So it indicates that people are very engaged and very concerned as I am, because I don't want to do something that in a day or two or a week, we discover that we have to undo because it's been deemed illegal. So I think that despite Commissioner Strang's observation and quite frankly surprising desire to conduct gun stock business, that we really need to get a handle on this and get a sound determination so that there's no question of our actions as we go forward.
You were just given a sound determination by Attorney General Foster. Neither one of you are attorneys. I suggest that we defer to his judgment that you all just heard, and can we please get on with the business of the meeting?
Okay. We're going to continue with the business of the recess meeting that you abruptly left. And we are going to press on with our agenda before us, which, seeing none, are you ready to make a motion to begin the order of the day?
Meeting that you just heard Attorney General Foster state was proper. So this is not a continuation, this is a new meeting. I will make a motion to go into non-public so we can discuss the business that is necessary in this new meeting.
Second motion.
If that's the case, is there enough notice given?
No proper notice.
So we're having severe technical and coordination issues with this, but now that we're in the discussion period, is it my understanding that one of the issues that we're going to be discussing, since the agenda was rather vague, involves the check signing ability and rights?
And Commissioner Lambert, you are correct. What I discussed with Attorney General Foster is that we discussed some matters regarding check signing, and that if we are able to complete that discussion, that if there is a vote taken to confer authority to sign checks on members of the commission, that we do that in the public session after we exit non-public.
May I say? Okay, procedurally, to do this correctly, I'm under the impression that we would simply have to adjourn the previous meeting, and it is at the discretion of the chair that a special meeting can be called with 24 hours notice, which I believe you did yesterday, Chairman Ness. So in order to move past this situation, why don't we just agree to make a motion to adjourn the previous meeting and open the special meeting? And you can explain again the reasons under 91A why that would be acceptable to do so, including under the circumstances where Commissioner Strang is, where are you? You're not in
They can't.
That is not germane to this meeting, Commissioner Wood.
Remote meetings, 918, you have to say where you are, and who's in the room.
Commissioner Wood, I appreciate your requests. We've already heard from Attorney General Foster that resumption of Tuesday's meeting, which was unfortunately interrupted, is inappropriate. We provided notice, it may have been untimely to have a new special meeting. That's what we're starting right now. I cannot understand why we are now spending 17 minutes by discussing whether this is a new meeting or the resumption of an old meeting.
Because you walked out of the last one.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our previous meeting of Tuesday, July 26th. Sorry, this is wrong.
I second the motion. I second the motion.
If we're going to engage in this bickering about which meeting we're in, there's a motion on the floor to enter non-public while we have council present to discuss legal matters. Can we please have a vote on moving into non-public? I'd like a roll call. Unless there's any further discussion, I'd like a roll call vote on the motion on the floor to move into non-public.
There's already a motion on the floor that stands, and it is to adjourn the previous meeting so that we can move forward with the meeting to undertake the business of the mountain. If what your concerns are, which I hate to speculate, is that you might have a lengthy public session prior to the business of working with our attorney and the banking information, I can allay your fears by saying that we must press forward with the business of the mountain, and I don't think that there's anyone in this room who will disagree with that. But procedurally, we have an obligation to adjourn the previous meeting. And this is not complicated, and we're not bickering. It's procedurally right.
Commissioner Wood, your motion is out of order. There is a motion and a second on the floor to enter non-public. It is improper and against Robert's rules to make additional motions when there is a motion and a second on the floor. I would like the chairman to move the question to enter non-public.
So let me repeat the motion, which has been seconded, to enter non-public under the provisions set forth in the notice sent out last night, which is non-public session pursuant to 91A3 Roman 2L regarding legal matters, 91A3 Roman 2J regarding confidential financial matters, and 91A3 Roman 2 paragraphs A, B, and C regarding employment matters. That is the motion we are hearing right now. It's been seconded. We have a roll call vote. Commissioner Lambert?
No.
Commissioner Wood?
Abstain.
Commissioner Strang?
Yes.
Commissioner Ness? Yes. I believe the motion passes 2-1, or is that? So are we in public at 10:50 a.m.?
Correct.
All right.
So,
Before we proceed, would Commissioners Wood and Lambert turn their computers around to verify that the room is now empty?
I will tell you that the room is not empty at the moment. We are going to proceed up to a private space. And just so that you know, the President Scribe will be accompanying us to leave her laptop in the same vicinity so that it will continue to manage the meeting. As I said before, this is very awkward, and if you guys don't like it, I'm sorry, but it's certainly, the two of us are here present on site for a meeting, so there will be a brief period of time where we will exit the room and enter into the executive chamber in order to continue the meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Lambert.
Thank you.
I have concerns about that because an abstention is counted as a no vote, and Commissioner Lambert
No,
voted
it's
no.
not. It is not. It is a no vote.
Okay, that's it.
On the board, who's speaking?
Okay, so am I to believe that we are simply to vacate this space and go to another public area?
What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to proceed into the non-public session. And I would just say that when we are done with the business, that we will come back here into this room.
Please confirm that Strang is in fact, you were allowed by 91A to know exactly where he is and who's with him. And I would press you to ask that.
Right, I fully understand that, and again, I just want to, as long as we're just going to get on with the business.
But
It's
get
next
on the
week,
record.
it's Thursday. Yeah, I will be on the record too. I have concerns
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'll just, you wanted to see who was here, so,
Look at the other one.
Yeah.
very natural.
Crop TV.